If you are managing diabetes or prediabetes, the standard dietary advice you receive about fruit is dangerously incomplete. You are constantly told that because fruit contains natural sugar, it is universally healthy and safe to consume in unlimited quantities. This is a fundamental clinical error. For a diabetic, the biological source of the sugar does not matter. What matters is the exact speed at which that glucose penetrates your bloodstream and the subsequent burden it places on your pancreas. When you consume the wrong types of fruit, you trigger a violent, acute hyperglycemic response. This rapid spike in blood sugar actively damages your blood vessels, induces systemic inflammation, and accelerates cellular aging. Today, we are analyzing the exact biological mechanisms of the specific fruits you must strictly avoid, and the clinical alternatives you must use to stabilize your blood glucose. Before we begin, subscribe to the Medmetrics for objective, peer-reviewed medical data. We must start with the fruits that act as biological sugar bombs. You must immediately restrict tropical fruits, specifically bananas, pineapples, and mangoes. As a banana ripens, its complex resistant starches rapidly convert into simple, unbound sugars. A medium-ripe banana contains over 14 grams of highly accessible sugar, with very little buffering fiber. When this enters your digestive tract, the glucose is absorbed almost instantly, causing a rapid vertical spike in your blood sugar levels. Pineapples and mangoes present the exact same clinical danger. They rank incredibly high on the glycemic index because they contain massive concentrations of fructose and glucose that completely overwhelm a diabetic's compromised insulin response. You must also exercise extreme caution with watermelon. While watermelon is highly hydrating, its carbohydrate matrix is almost entirely aqueous. This means there is zero structural fiber to slow down digestion. Eating a large bowl of watermelon floods your vascular system with liquid sugar, resulting in an immediate and dangerous glycemic spike. Grapes present a similar, highly deceptive threat. Grapes are essentially bite-sized liquid sugar capsules. Because they are so small, patients consume them in massive quantities. A single cup of grapes contains roughly 23 grams of rapid-acting sugar. Popping grapes mindlessly overrides your body's satiety signals, leading to acute glucose toxicity. Furthermore, you must completely eliminate dried fruits from your protocol, specifically raisins and dates. The commercial dehydration process destroys the water volume of the fruit, hyperconcentrating the sugar content into a dense, sticky mass. Just a small handful of raisins acts biologically identically to eating pure candy. Dates, which are often falsely marketed as a healthy sugar alternative, are highly concentrated packets of carbohydrates. Consuming them guarantees a severe insulin spike and forces your liver to convert the excess fructose directly into visceral fat. Instead of these tropical and dried traps, you must switch to clinical-grade, low-glycemic fruits. Your primary biological weapon is the berry family, specifically blueberries and strawberries. These are not just low in sugar, they are packed with specific, powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. Clinical data indicates that anthocyanins actively improve your cellular insulin sensitivity, allowing your muscle cells to process and burn glucose much more efficiently. Furthermore, berries possess a very low glycemic load because their dense structural seeds and skin prevent rapid digestion. Your next clinical alternative is the whole apple, but this comes with a strict medical caveat. It must be consumed with the skin completely intact. Apples and pears contain a highly specific type of soluble fiber called pectin, concentrated heavily in the skin. When pectin enters your highly acidic stomach, it absorbs water and forms a thick, viscous biological gel. This gel physically surrounds the sugar molecules, drastically slowing down gastric emptying. The sugar is then released into your bloodstream in a slow, controlled drip rather than a violent flood. Stone fruits like peaches and apricots operate on similar physiological mechanics. They deliver essential potassium profiles while providing enough structural fiber to blunt the insulin response, provided they are eaten fresh and not canned in sugary syrups. We must also analyze citrus fruits. Oranges are an excellent choice for stabilizing blood sugar, but you must completely abandon orange juice. The mechanical juicing process forcefully strips away all the fibrous membranes, leaving you with liquid fructose. When you eat a whole orange, the fiber's pulp acts as a biological net, slowing sugar absorption while delivering high doses of vitamin C, which actively reduces vascular inflammation. Finally, tart cherries and kiwis are exceptional clinical additions. Kiwis have a remarkably low glycemic index and deliver enzymes that aid in protein digestion. Cherries contain natural melatonin and specialized compounds that actively fight systemic inflammation, protecting your delicate cardiovascular system from the oxidative stress caused by diabetes. You do not have to abandon fruit, but you must completely abandon the myth that all fruit is harmless. Stop overwhelming your pancreas and liver with tropical and dried sugar loads. Switch exclusively to high-fiber, low-glycemic alternatives to maintain total, uncompromising control over your metabolic health. Subscribe to the Medmetrics for the truth behind the clinical data and take command of your biology today.